And good morning and welcome to the VSA Capital 5 Minute Morning Miner. It's Thursday, 25th of May. It's actually, I'm popping down to Cornwall this afternoon for the long bank holiday weekend, but I will be doing the morning miner tomorrow. But maybe having a look at a few Cornish mines and things whilst I'm down there. Certainly talking to the locals about it. Morning, Paul. How are you?
Look very well, thank you. Looks like it's preparing for a good weekend too. It looks like.
I think it's going to be an excellent weekend. I'm really quite looking forward to it. Anyway, let's get cracking. And actually, there's a few things I do want to talk about this morning that I've seen. Hopefully, you have as well, Paul. And hopefully, we'll get the right countries where some of these things are taking place as well.
That's right.
Let's start with the lovely George Roach and Premier African Minerals, where I think there's sadly been a slight. Oh, not sadly at all. Actually, it's all going pretty well, really. But I mean, the Zulu mine's been a project update, hasn't there?
Yes, that's right. They gave an update on the Zulu lithium mine development there in West Zimbabwe. Lithium deposit, spodumene, and pegmatite. Process plant is fully commissioned and ready to prepare concentrate. The plant supplier has indicated his timelines for remedial action to make sure final preparations are able to actually produce that concentrate such that they will have by June the 30th about 1,376 tons of concentrate and targeting July and August at about 11, a little over 1,100 tons per month. And they want to get that into the third quarter well above 2,500 tons then per month. So that's the kind of the outline that they've presenting to the market here, just how much concentrate they can produce. And if they do get out to those rates of production, they should be moved into positive cash flow pretty quickly, given current spot prices.
Yeah, I said sadly because obviously I'm looking at the share price and it's down 21% this morning on the back of this news. And it's fallen really quite sharply from 1p down to 0.6 of a p. It is an incredibly highly traded company, though. I mean, you see billions of shares trading this every day. We're already up to, I can't count the bloody noughts, but I mean, it's hundreds of millions of shares traded already. But well, I have a lot of time for George. First of all, he's a lovely man, but also he's really bashed away at this and made it a success. So well done. Let's move on to a corporate client of VSA Capital and one where we really rate the management in the gold space. Prime Mining on the TSX pool.
Yes, that's right. Prime Mining put out some more drill results here for their Los Reyes gold silver exploration program there in Mexico, extending some of the mineral zones, specifically down dip on current pit shells is what these latest numbers are showing. And specifically, it's showing in one of those ZT zones, which is on the western side of the known resources among the modeled shells, and down on the southern portion of those, it's showing that the mineralization is extending at high grade below the pit bottoms in the resource estimate. So particularly hole 64, which is showing really good grades. And I'm personally waiting on what they showed in the cross section is hole 69, which was where the assays were await, but that's another 70 meters down below 64. So that would indicate that if there is also high grade in that area, then there's a high grade shoot there that will ultimately be probably developed toward the future underground production as well.
Okay, now I think yesterday, Paul, you went and had lunch with Tharissa, didn't you, the South African chrome and PGM miner?
Yes, that's right. Trying to essentially to keep the interest in the firm on its performance that was a little bit below hoped for in this last interim period. And at the same time, we're looking at a stock market in South Africa itself, where it's also listed, where the overall market is down 20% in the last 30 days. So there's definitely some bolstering of the story being attempted here in the roadshow they're doing. They did announce something pretty interesting, that they are going to try to deploy redox flow battery technology into their operations with a small pilot scale one to be deployed at the existing mine in South Africa. And if it proves commercially viable, then they would go with a full 30 megawatt facility for their new Carol mine development in Zimbabwe. They are pointing out that as well that at the current time they would think that Zimbabwe might be a better investment than South Africa as far as the perception of investors are concerned. But we'll see as things progress.
That tells you about the state of South Africa, doesn't it, where the market has been falling out of bed. Interesting enough, on their flow battery, they are looking to use, I believe, a ferrochrome flow battery. Obviously, the ones we like are the vanadium flow batteries. There are an awful lot of different types of flow batteries. Not easy. Ferrochrome yet still to be sort of commercialized, but we'll watch with interest, I think, fair to say, Paul.
And South Africa being a really significant global producer of both chrome and vanadium. So you would hope that South Africa as a country would develop a really significant flow battery manufacturing sector going forward as well.
Well, you need to talk to Fortune at Bushveld on that, because obviously he's very keen in his relationship with Mustang Energy. They're sort of leading the charge in South Africa, I think. But anyway, we'll watch with Tharissa with a lot of interest. Okay, let's keep going. Maybe worth a little bit of a mention. We had results, didn't we, by the AIM quoted Phoenix Copper, which actually is in Idaho. Just so you know where it is, Paul. I think you knew where that was anyway, but it is in Idaho.
I know. I've actually been to that property in a past life, so yes, I know where that particular Empire mine is in Idaho. There, it's in central Idaho. They did invest about $33 million last year. They published their year-end results today, and group loss for the period came in at about $1.6 million, which is an increase from roughly $950,000 last year. And end of the year cash balance not too bad, $4.7 million. And they did publish an inaugural sustainability report during the period as well. They will hold their AGM on June the 8th here in London.
Very good. Anything else you want to quickly mention, or should we call it a day?
No, really do want to mention this discovery here by Max Resources, the TSX listed explorer for sediment hosted stratigraphic copper occurrences in a big project called Cesar they have down in Colombia. Their latest discovery is the furthest north yet along the stratigraphic trend of this red bed copper mineralization. AM7 discovery. They have several percent of copper, which is shown over thicknesses between 0.3 and 2 meters and over a strike of 1,600 meters now. And the importance of this is not only the grade and the fact that this is a number of different district size occurrences in this stratigraphic trend that they control. It's that this is so very close now to the coast in Colombia that any development for defined resources should be relatively simple at this point.
Sounds very good. Okay, let's call it a day there, and we'll speak tomorrow, and I'll be speaking from Cornwall.
Very good. See you then.